May I?
You all set? You have something to record?
Yeah.
Good.
Hi, my name is Joseph, and today I'll be talking about Native American genocide. As an international student from China, I have experienced discrimination. Discrimination is a controversial issue in the history of America. Almost every ethnic group have experienced some degree of discrimination, no matter if the black, the Chinese, the Irish, or the Muslims. But no other ethnic group has experienced discrimination like the Indians did, the Native Americans did. When discrimination reaches to a certain level, genocide happens. The genocide toward Native American people has happened several times. It first started in 1493 when Spanish navigator Columbus arrived to the New World, which he thought was Indian at the time. In his report to the King of Spain, he said, "They all go around as naked as your mother born them. They could easily be commanded and made to work, to sew, and to do whatever might be needed." And that is exactly what he did. At the same year, he returned to Spain with 24 of captured Indians, and came back to the United States the year later with more ships and crews, trying to make America the colony of Spain. Other European countries arrived to America as well. In 1754, French and Indian War broke out. The French were not happy when the British came to Ohio, which was colonized by French at the time. So they built up a fort to prevent them from coming again, but the English thought it was a sign of attack. Both French and British had their allies, and their Indian allies. French were allied with the tribe Huron, and the British were allied with Ecuador. The war ended in 1763 with French defeated by the Indian and the British and moved up north. However, their ally didn't go with them. The Huron tribe left here and waited to be slaughtered. And a year later, the whole Huron tribe were wiped out by the English and the Ecuador people. Few years later, after the French and the Indian War ended, America declared independence from the Great Britain. All men are created equal, said in the Declaration of Independence, did not include Indians in their men's category. Native Americans people's rights as human were ignored, and they were treated badly as animals and as slaves. The situation upgraded when Andrew Jackson stepped into the White House. In the year of 1838, Congress passed the Indian Removal Act, which forced the Indians to leave their home and land and move up to the west, which is where Oklahoma City is located today. The route they took is later named Trail of Tears because that's where they cried. The condition was unimaginably bad. No food and water were provided, and they didn't have proper shelter. Disease quickly spread between them, and many of them were killed during the process. The result of this genocide is brutal, which used to be, and that's the Trail of Tears map, which used to be the only ethnic group in the North American continent, is now only 1% of the U.S. population. The Indians nowadays live in reservation areas where they hardly interact with others, and their community is often poor and poorly educated. Their taxes cannot afford proper education system, so with no education and with low income, they are caught in the cycle of poverty. Genocide is still happening today. In places like Yemen, people are killed on a daily basis. Action like this have to be put to an end. Education is the key to the future. If the Indians did not turn against each other, if they were united and fought the European as a whole, the history would be completely different. We as humans were separated and regrouped based on our color of our skin, the ethnic background where we came from, and the religion we believed in. None of these actually exist. It's just a trick the rulers use to help their government, to separate us so we will not be united and fight back against them, just like the different Native American tribes fighting against each other while the European were the real threat. If we see each other as the same and treat each other as the same, discrimination and genocide will never happen. We should not judge a book by its cover, and we should not judge a man by his color. Thank you.